ఇది వచ్చేసి డే 2 ఆఫ్ కూర్గ్ అనమాట. కూర్గ్లో మేమైతే ప్లాంటేషన్ టూర్కి అయితే పోతున్నాం అనమాట. సో వీడియో ఖచ్చితంగా మిస్ అవ్వకుండా చూడండి, చాలా యూస్ఫుల్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అయితే ఉంటుంది. కాఫీ లవర్స్ అయితే అస్సలు మిస్ అవ్వకండి, చాలా మంచి వీడియో. కాఫీ లవర్స్కి టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ కాఫీస్ ఎన్ని ఉంటాయి ఏంటి అనేసి చాలా మంచిగా అయితే ఉందన్నమాట. వీడియోలో చాలా టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ కాఫీస్ అయితే మీరు తెలుసుకోవచ్చు. ఇంకా రోడ్ అంతా ఇట్లా కర్వ్స్ స్లోప్సే ఉన్నాయన్నమాట. నేచర్లో చాలా బాగా ఎంజాయ్ చేయొచ్చు. ఇక్కడ ఇల్లులు చూసారా, కొండల్లోనే ఎంత బాగున్నాయో. నాకైతే అసలు రాబుద్ది కావడంలో అక్కడే ఉండిపోవాలనిపించింది. సో ఆఫ్టర్ జర్నీ ఇక్కడ మనమైతే ప్లాంటేషన్ టూర్కి చేరుకున్నాం అనమాట. ఇంత స్లోప్ ఎట్లా పోతారో. సో ఇక్కడైతే ప్రైజెస్ చూసారు కదా, పర్ పర్సన్కి 200 అనమాట. ఫారినర్స్కి అయితే 300. అబౌట్ 10 ఎవరున్నా సరే వాళ్ళకైతే 200 అనమాట. మేమైతే ఇక్కడికి వచ్చాక గైడ్ని అయితే మాట్లాడుకున్నాము. ఇంకా గైడ్ రావడం కొంచెం లేట్ అయిందనమాట. చాలా మంది హెవీ రష్ ఉండే అక్కడ. సో ఇంకా గైడ్ రావడం లేదు కదా అనేసి మేమైతే వెళ్ళిపోయినాము చూడడానికి. సో ఫైనల్గా గైడ్ అయితే వచ్చాడు. మీరే చూడండి వీడియో మొత్తం. ఇప్పుడు ఎందుకు వచ్చింది అది? డానియల్ బ్రో, డానియల్ బ్రో, డానియలా గట్టిగా ఈ మనుషులు అర్థం చేసుకునేందుకు మామూలు ప్రేమ కాదు, పవిత్రమైన ప్రేమ. నాకు ఒక 500 ఇచ్చా, నేను వచ్చా మొత్తం చెప్తా. ఇది ఆకు, ఇది చెట్టు, ఇది కొమ్మ, ఇది పండు, పిట్ట అని.
avocado tree. Avocado. This is a green avocado. Avocado India only growing in Kerala, Karnataka. That's why avocado is expensive in India. This one is a green one. Avocado season in India is September. Flowering time is July. Harvesting September time. If you visit a foreign country, they will harvest in March time. Fruit here like a papaya. This one is a cocoa fruit. Cocoa fruit. Chocolate made by this fruit. We remove the seed from after dry. Then we dry them. We roast them. Then make a cocoa powder with the help of beans. And we remove the pulp with the same fruit. And we use this pulp for make a cocoa butter. Because pulp have more oiliness. And we use the skin for make a cocoa face scrub and cocoa shampoos. Because the skin we majorly use for cosmetics, pulp used for make a cocoa butter, and beans used for make a cocoa powders. And cocoa is majorly grown in South Africa. That's why they import the fruit from the Africa. That's why expensive. Because cocoa plant needs more humidity and more heat. Cardamom, elaichi. And cardamom don't go to the top of the plant, they grow near by the stump. You can see the dry root here. This one is the cardamom root. You can see the single cardamom here. You can see? Yeah. This one is a green cardamom plant. One plant have a one root. This is the one plant. This is the one root. And one root only give a 450 gram per year. That's why green one is the most expensive. And another cardamom also you will get in the market. That one is the black one, Badi Elaichi. That one have a different plant. They looking like a same plant. But that plant give you 4 kg per year from one plant. That's why black one is a cheap, green one is the most expensive. This one is a clove tree. Clove, lavang tree. And the clove is some kind of flower. Clove is the first step in the green flower. They came in January and they ripe in March time. They will turn into reddish color. Then if you pluck the flower and dry them, after dry you will get a brown color clove. And you will also get a black color clove in the market, right? In here, all over India, Pondicherry and Karnataka only grow the cloves. They export the clove for the other state or other countries. Then the companies remove the oil from the brown one. Then they turn into blackish color. That's why black one is the cheaper, brown is the most expensive.
Property, not government.
Government, not government.
Land will be handled by
Private property, private persons.
completely private.
Yeah. See this one? This one is a kokum tree. Do you know kokum? Yeah. In India, you will get a two type kokum fruit. In North India, you will get a red color kokum fruit. They have more sweetness. So North Indians, they use the red kokum fruit to make a sherbet. In Maharashtra Goa, you will get a yellow color fruit. After dry, they will turn into blackish color. In North India, you use the imli for a make a sourness for a cooking purpose, right? In Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra Goa, we use a kokum for a tangerine type. And you can see the long leaves, right? That one is a bay leaf.
Oh, biryani.
Yeah, tej patta. That one, this second tree. And the berries tree's bark is cinnamon. The cinnamon and berries is the same tree. Leaf is berry, the tree's bark is cinnamon. And you will get a two types cinnamon in the market. One is the blackish color, another is the brown color. Blackish is the outer layer of the tree, brown color is the inner layer of tree. Inner layer have a more oil, that's why they are expensive. In your market, you will get a two type coffee powder. One is instant, another is filter. Both are different, and plant also different. They don't came in one plant. You can see that this small plant like a bamboo. This one is the Arabica, this name, and we use the Arabica coffee bean for make a instant coffee because they have a more mildness and more sweetness. And you can see the big leaf plant behind you. You can see everywhere like this one. This whole plant are Robusta plant. We use the Robusta beans for make a filter coffee because they have a more bitterness, more strongness, and they have a more caffeine. And in Coorg, in other country, you visit other country like Brazil, Vietnam, and some kind of Colombia, they only have a two plant, Arabica and Robusta. In near Coorg, we made a third hybrid plant help of Arabica and Robusta that we call as a parchment coffee or Kaveri coffee. And you can use a Kaveri coffee beans or parchment coffee beans for instead of filter purposes. But that are more expensive and more demanding coffee because this Arabica's coffee plant lifetime is 45 years. 45 years, the process is same. Wait 5 years first, then they will give every year for 45 years coffee. And our Robusta lifetime is 75 years. Wait 5 years, they will give us 75 years every year coffee. And that Kaveri coffee's lifetime is only 15 years. You have to wait 5 years. Then after 5 years, they don't give a 10-year coffee. They only give 3 years. Every 3 years. Like after 10 years, they will have 3 years. Then you have to wait next 3 years. Then you have to wait next 3 years. That's why Kaveri is the most expensive and demanding coffee. And coffee's harvesting time is November to February because we cultivate the two plants in the two times. Because we harvesting Arabica beans in November, Robusta beans in February. Because you can see the coffee beans here. They look like the same fruit, right? They are both plants. Looking like the same fruit, right? Yes. If you peel the skin, you will get a different kind of beans in different plants. If you peel the Arabica coffee bean, they have a big bean like a peanut and they have a bright color. And if you peel the Robusta bean, they have a small size like a peanut and they have a green or dull colors. That's why. And you can't use both coffee beans for both coffee. That's why we pluck the different season. And do you know here about the diacod or monocod in the market? Yes. Diacod or monocod? Yes. Yeah, botany or some kind of biology, they also have there. If you get two beans in single fruit, that one is a diacod. If you get a single bean in a single fruit, that one is a monocod. In all fruit are the same process. In a coffee plantation, in 95% you will get a diacod. Only 5% you will get a monocod, and monocod is expensive. So monocod is only used for expensive coffee. Like, do you know green coffee or matcha coffee? Yeah, that one is expensive coffee, right? Because they have used the Robusta single beans. So that's why we call it a plantation coffee. Robusta single bean used for make a green coffee or matcha coffee. If you get the single beans in Arabica, that we call as a pea berry. And pea berry only used in Starbucks category. That's why Starbucks coffee is most expensive. And fourth coffee plant name is Liberica. Do you know Liberica? No? Liberica don't, in India we don't grow because Liberica is a big coffee tree. You can see these are all plants, coffee plants. But Liberica is a big tree. Liberica only get in South Africa, Vietnam and... Wait. South Africa, Vietnam and...
Brazil.
No, Brazil only grow Arabica. Thailand. And that coffee bean have a bigger size like a peanut. And the Liberica coffee beans only used for a Starbucks category. That's why in India, Starbucks are lesser brands, like a lesser branches. If you visit a foreign country, they have a more Starbucks category. So that's why 3 countries only grow the Liberica. And do you know chicory? Chicory or chicory?
Chicory.
Not the song.
Chicory? Majorly Tamil Nadu people know chicory. Yeah. Chicory is not a coffee. Chicory is a different plant's roots. They put some kind of people mix the chicory powder into the coffee powder. Because if you drink Arabica and Robusta coffee purely, they have a more bitterness and they have a more black color and they are looking like a water. If you mix the chicory powder into coffee powder, they will turn into brownish color and they will turn into bitter into sweetish taste. And they will looking like a mild, don't like a water. If you drink a regular coffee right home in other places like a brownish color, the sweet coffee, right? They all are chicory coffee. Chicory is not harmful for a health, but chicory have a disadvantage because chicory made an addiction into the coffee. If you drink a regular coffee in your home, right? If you drink one time, you will get a addiction like I want to another one, right? That made by chicory because chicory have a sweetness. If you drink a pure coffee, they don't make an addiction because they have a more bitterness. And chicory properly made for making a coffee expiry. Because if you have a coffee powder in your home, right? If you put in an open area coffee powder, they will turn into stone shape or like a liquid form, right? Example, brew or Nescafe. Because they put the chicory powder. Because chicory made coffee expiry easily. If you put a pure coffee like Arabica, Robusta, Liberica, Kaveri coffee, they don't expire. They have minimum, they will powder for a minimum 25 years. Yeah, coffee powder will be 25. If you put an open area like this, they will be after 25 years, they will came like a powder form. That's why company put chicory powder into the coffee powder, because coffee will expire and you will get addiction. So you will buy coffee powder again. Yeah, that will make them profit and coffee production will be increase. That's why.
Do we get pure coffee here?
Yeah, in production like Brazil, Vietnam, Colombia, Thailand, in especially India, Coorg and Chikmagalur, we don't use chicory because everyone knows the chicory is disadvantage. So if you drink a coffee, they have more bitterness like water and they're looking like a blackish color. So we put the jaggery, some kind of cardamom, ginger for a change of flavor. That's why.
Do we have chicory plant here?
No. In a chicory plant in India, UP and Gujarat only they grow.
Okay.
Yeah.
It will also look like a seed.
No. Chicory is some kind of root like a carrot. They have a whitish color. If you eat directly, they have a no taste like a soil. If you after roast, you will get a sweet taste. Yeah, that's why. In majorly, chicory only grown in Singapore and Malaysia. They use the leaf for a cooking purpose. They use the root for a chicory purposes. That's why. And world second expensive coffee we call is a coffee luwak. In India we call it a civet coffee. Do you know anyone know civet coffee or coffee luwak? Yes. Some people know. Some kind is a wild cat is there, civet cat. In all over India, Coorg only they have a wild cats like a civet cat. If you visit the Indonesia, Vietnam, Brazil, they breed the cat. And they give the Arabica coffee bean for eating purposes, but we don't give the Arabica coffee for them because they have wild animals. We can't breed. They eat the all fruit in all season and they eat Arabica beans in coffee season. Because Arabica beans after that they have a more sweetness. And they eat the coffee bean and they digest the pulp and skin and they poop the beans. And we can't search the where they poop, right? When we plug the coffee, then we get them, then we color them, and after washing them, we will make a coffee powder with that potty beans. Yeah. That one is the world's second expensive coffee. In near Coorg, you have to pay 10,000 rupees per kg. In other state market, you have to pay 25,000 up to 1 lakh per kg. Because this coffee have a zero caffeine. Yeah, that's why you drink a regular coffee like an instant filter, right? They have a caffeine. Caffeine make a migraine increase and they don't make your sleep. And they will make addiction into coffee. But this sweet coffee have a zero caffeine. So this coffee is best medicine for the cancer, thyroid and the migraine. Yeah. And world number one expensive coffee is black ivory. In India, you can't get here. In especially Vietnam, Thailand, Africa, they breed special hybrid elephant. They also give them the coffee bean per day, like a 30-35 kilo, and they only get 2 kilo in that pot in beans. And they make a same process into the coffee powder. That market price in Indian rupees, you have to pay 2 lakh or 3 lakh per kg. Because they also have a zero caffeine and they have a more medicine value. And that one is the first expensive, is the best medicine for the cancer. That was all coffee varieties. Here. And you can see this is a small plant here. This is a chili plant. In local we call it Gandhari. In English we call it a bird size chili. Because this is the chili is maximum size. You can see like a bird size. And this is the India's second spiciest chili. And this chili have a more medicine value. Because if you eat a regular chili like a green chili like a capsicum, if you eat them, you will get acidity, gastric, chest burning, and cholesterol will be increased, right? If you eat this chili, they will be reduced opposite. And if you eat regular for a cooking purposes, you will be lost 2 kilo in per month. If you use regular chili for this one. So many people can't eat this chili because more spicy, right? So we make a chili pickle and chili wine here. Wine is most famous here because you can use wine for drinking purposes or cooking purposes. That's why.
What is the number one spiciest chili?
That one is a bhut churikya. They are looking like a small bus. You only get in Assam, like Manipur, in northeast. But they have don't have a medicine value because this chili have a spice, but don't have a acids. But that chili have a more acid, less spice. But if you eat regularly that one chili, you will get acidity, chest burning, and you will also getting some kind of health problem. And if you eat regularly, you will be all are reduced. The big tree, that one is a loban tree. Loban or dhup, in local we call it sambrani. Loban, you use the dhup stick for a puja purpose, right? They came in this tree. You can see some kind of serum came from the tree like a black color. Can you see? Yes. The nearby the hole. That is a loban. They came like a serum form. After some day they will turn into stone form. Then they automatically fall down. Then we collect them. Okay. Yeah. And you will get a variety dhup or loban stick in a market, right? That all are chemical added. The pure loban stick look like a black color stone, and they have a lightweight and they glow like a diamonds. And they don't have a season. They came in everywhere, anytime. This one is a dry fruit fig. You will get a brown color dry fruit, right? This is a green one. Next one they will ripe. Then will turn into red or pinkish color. Then we pluck them and we wash 3 times. Then we will dry them. Because you can't eat directly. Because if you eat directly, you will be itching surrounding your mouth. That fresh fruit anjeer is different. Dry fruit fig is different. That's why we call it the African fig. And fig mostly grow in Afghanistan, Bangladesh and India. And you will get a dry fruit in the market like a small pieces, right? They are not a small pieces. We compress the whole fruit. We press the whole fruit. That's why anjeer is most expensive fruit, dry fruit. And second reason is expensive because you have to wait minimum 15 years for the first flower. Then we will every year. That's why fig is most expensive dry fruit. And you can see the big leaf, right? We don't waste this leaf. We make a plate with the help of this leaves. You can see it in temples. They give the prasad like a small plate, right? That's made by these leaves. And you can see that this tree like a bush, some kind of branch is fall down. That one is an orange tree. And you will get a big orange in the market, right? That one is a Nagpur orange. The season is now. This one is a Coorg orange, season in March. They have this orange is looking like a lemon. They have a green color and they have a sweetness and sourness to both sweet. And you will only get in a Coorg. In otherwise you have to wait visit Thailand because we majorly this orange grow in Thailand. That's why we call it a Thai orange. Bush. Mulberry.
Yeah.
Mulberry. Okay. In Hindi, shatut or tooth. Yeah. And mulberry fruit major used for a flavor and major this plant made for us make a silk. Because you can see this leaf, we give this leaf for eat for a silkworm. They eat the leaf and they poop the silk that we call it the Malabar silk. You also know the Malabar sarees, right?
Yeah,
that all made by this leaves.
Okay.
And mulberry stem majorly make for a hockey stick because mulberry stem have more strongness and more lightweight. In all over India, they will cut the tree in earlier because they grow like a bush, right? And if you visit Norway, New Zealand, Switzerland, they grow like a big trees and they use the stump for a make a hockey sticks because mulberry stem have more strongness and they have more lightweight.
ಬನ್ನಿ ಬೇಗ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಕೋಕಮ್.
Starting in the coffee button.
Yeah.
This is a mango tree.
ಮ್ಯಾಂಗೋನಾ?
This one is a wild mango because you will see the regular mango like a small tree, like this one is a wild mango tree. That's why we have big tree. And this is a wild mango because they have a small size like a what we say like a supari, like a green color after red, and they have a not sweetness after red. They have a more sourness. So we use this mango for make a full mango pickle, and in Coorg in Kerala we make a curry with help of this mango. And this tree is too old, that's why they hollowed inside. This one is a 250-year-old tree. And you can see this tree, this one. You can see here like a lightish white. Behind you can see the orange color tree. Yeah, this one we call it a silver oak. We majorly plant the silver oak in a coffee plantation because they give a shade and they also absorb the water in the monsoon time in the whole tree, and they produce the water for the other plants in summer time, like a water storage. And after some time, we cut the tree and we make a furniture toys, and majorly this wood we make for papers and pencils. And if you look this tree under the moonshine in night, the leaf glow like a silver color. That's why we call it a silver oak. Green color. That one is a palm fruit. Yeah. In palm, you will get a variety of palm fruit. Majorly, this fruit we use for a make a palm jaggery. That green fruit, after some day, they will turn into red color when we pluck, and we wash for 17 times because you can't eat directly. If you eat directly, you will get a full allergy type in the body. That's why palm jaggery is most expensive. And do you know toddy? Toddy. Yeah, toddy made by this tree. That's why toddy is a local sharab, alcohol. Yeah, because this palm fruit have a more strongness. That's why in Karnataka we banned toddy. मिरी है
ग्रीन पेपर
ये ग्रीन पेपर है
తమలపాకులా ఉన్నాయా? తమలపాకులా ఉన్నాయా?
అదే మొత్తం తమలపాకు ఉన్నాయి కదా, తమలపాకు లెక్క ఉన్నాయి కదా.
And you can see that this climber here. like a bitter leaf. This is not the bitter leaf. This is the pepper climber. You can see the stump. This is the pepper stump. If you see there, you can see the pepper there, like a green seed. Yeah, that one is a green pepper. We pluck the green pepper and dry them for 17 days. After 17 days, you will get a black pepper instantly. No process. And we pluck the ripe one after red color. We boil them continuously 13 hours. After boil, we remove the skin from that pepper and we dry them. And after dry, you will get a white pepper instantly. That's why white is most expensive, because we have to boil 13 hours continuously. And you can use directly this green pepper, but we don't use, because if you eat directly this one, you will get a body heat and BP will be raised. So that's why we make a black and white pepper. Kaveri, hybrid plant. This one is Arabica. Yeah, this one Arabica, this one Robusta, and this is a small plant. You can see they have small leaves. That one is a Kaveri hybrid. This one for instant coffee, this one for a filter coffee, that one for make a both coffee.
సేమ్
మచ్చా ఏమంటే మచ్చా అది అరటికాయలేనా? అది అరటి చెట్టు. అది అరటి చెట్టు అని నాకు తెలుసు. వీటికి కూడా అరటి చెట్టు అన్నాను.
Ilachi, and this one is a black ilachi. I show you the green ilachi, right?
Yeah.
This one is the black ilachi. You can see the ilachi there. Cardamom. The reddish color fruit. This one is the black ilachi. The season is now. After January, they will grow like a big color black fruit. Then we dry them. After dry, you will get a black ilachi. यहाँ पर नहीं बड़ी ilachi. Black ilachi. We breed a honey inside of them. We call it a homemade honey bee. You can see the honey bees here.
ఎక్కడ అడుగు ఇదిన్నా హనీనా
And the back building is pathikala adha. Straight up I left one stair kadiko.
ఏమంటే
ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಜನ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಚಿಕ್ಕುಳ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿದಲ್ಲ
బ్లాక్ కాఫీయా
ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಕಾಫಿ ವೈನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿ में क्लीनिंग में फैक्ट्री चलती है
థ్యాంక్ యూ
బ్రో
కాఫీ ఫ్లేవర్ బాగా దిట్టంగా పిలుస్తాను. మన ఇంట్లో మనం డికాషన్ పెట్టుకుంటాం కదా,
కానీ ఈ టేస్ట్ రాదు.
మంది రాదు ఈ టేస్ట్.
ఇది ఒరిజినల్ కదా, ప్యూర్.
బాగుంది అది.
మనం చేసుకుంటే చేదు ఉంటుంది, కానీ ఇది అట్లా లేదు, బాగుంది.
బెల్లం కూడా వేసుకుంటారు.
వన్ మోర్ అడిగితే ఇస్తారా? మిరియాల చెట్టు ఇదే మిరియాల చెట్టు. గొప్పని కొడుతుంది వాసన అప్పుడే. అది కాదురా, ఇది ఇవి చిల్లి వాళ్ళు చెప్తున్నారు కదా, ఒకటి పీకుడు. ఇది చిల్లి కాఫీ బీన్స్.
850 grapes wine. और ये भी सर ठीक है, ऊपर चले जाएंगे और ऊपर बिलिंग आपको ऊपर है, ऊपर चले जाइए। अच्छा प्रीमियम है, हेल्थ बेनिफिट के साथ कॉफी फैक्ट्री नहीं देखा आपको
చిల్లీ